30th of October and my name is Ellie Maskew and I'm going to take you through a weblog online. For an example, we're using the weblog expert and I am going to analyse another person's website analytical data. First of all, I'm going to explain what a weblog is. A weblog is a website that allows you to track your visitors because every computer has an IP address, which allows the website owner to track what the user is doing. So I'm going to start by explaining in the activity statistics. There is one called by day of the week. In this you can see that on their person's website you can see the highest amount of visitors they get is on Friday. That is 614 visitors. For an example, I would make sure if I was running the website that I would get all my posts out on Wednesday and Thursday and advertise on those days as you get the highest amount of visitors on the Friday. I certainly wouldn't be doing it on the Saturday as that is when you get the lowest amount of views and you wouldn't want to waste your time and money by advertising on that. The next one is by hour of day. As you can see here, this is all the data. So you can see here all the different times. This is the amount of hits and people that are coming onto the site, and the page views and the visitors is the same as hits. If I was running the website, I would make sure that I'd be doing it between the hours of 7 and 10. As you can see here, this is where they get the amount of visitors. I certainly wouldn't be doing it later at around midday or 2, 3 or 4, as that's when most likely people are probably going to be at work and they won't be looking at your website. But I might start it again later at night, or the next day I'd be doing the same here. Another one I was going to be looking at is pages. So here you can see that on this website, these are all their pages. As you can see here, this is their main page and this is where they get their highest amount of visitors, as this is what the person's searching in and this is where they get led to. So I would, as you can see here as well, this is where they're not getting as many pages. So as many views, I mean. So I would make sure that I could advertise on these pages so that I can increase the number of views on these pages to make them similar or make them just under that. And I would make sure that I put more pop-ups or advertisements to link people to other pages so I can increase the whole number of following. Next one I'm going to go to is countries. This part's really helpful as this shows you that this is where where the visitors are coming from. So the blue line means the United States, and that's where I'm getting the most number of views from. As they're a UK business, I'd prefer that I'd want to get all my custom and all my clients from UK only. So if this is my website, I'd ensure that I'd make the SEO better and use better keywords to ensure that I'm searching more for UK-based only companies or businesses, and I'd also make sure that I'd go into my website and change the campaigns that I was running to focus purely on the British people instead of getting people from other countries such as France, Germany or Italy. Another one I was going to go to was going to be browsers. As you can see, this is where you should all be focusing on. All your work should be on Internet Explorer. All the others are Firefox, Opera, Google Desktop. They're not getting the same amount of visitors as Internet Explorer or Google would be. So it's vital that you advertise and get all your website on Internet Explorer, as there's a waste of your time going with other browsers as people aren't using them as often as Internet Explorer, and you want to pick up more visitors and viewers from that instead of advertising and wasting your money and time on these ones. Another one I'd like to do is is go to exit pages. I think this is really important when running a website, as you can see where people are actually more likely exiting your pages, as you don't want this to happen because you want the viewer to spend as much time as possible on a couple of pages or flicking through your website. A way to stop them by exiting the page is by maybe having a pop-up on the screen saying, hey, don't exit before you do this, or maybe advertising on that page, so then you can get your followers and users from the other pages onto that page to make that page better and higher visitor number, instead of having it low ranking in the top exit pages here. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for listening.